Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would try and do a craft area tour for you. I did start this last year. We did sort of this area that you're looking at now and then we never finished, so I thought I'd have a go at finishing today. Things have changed a little bit though, so I'm starting back out where we left off and I'm just going to show you some of the changes. If you do enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and help my channel grow. So let's have a look at my little craft area. So the things that have changed from last year, first of all, we have this desk used to belong to my nan. It was part of her bedroom set. Apologies for any dust, I actually haven't dusted it in a little while. And I wanted it. It reminds me of my nan, and when my granddad died I was like, I have to have that piece. I couldn't have any of the rest of the set because we just don't have the room to store it, hence this is actually sitting on my landing. But I've used it to hold craft stuff, and my idea when I first got it out here was that I could craft with the baby in her bedroom and the stairgate shut and everything would be good. But then she just decided that actually no, if mummy was crafting, she wanted to craft, and that was not acceptable, so it doesn't actually get used for anything except holding my craft stuff now. So let's start over here. This little trolley is very old. It's from Home Base. On the top you can see I have all my Papercraft Society boxes. I don't subscribe to these anymore, but all the ones I did have are on here, and I do make a real effort to use them. So they go onto 2 levels and they're just stored in the old boxes. So I thought that was a really nice way to use some of my boxes up. Inside, this hasn't really changed too much from last year. We have mixed media things in there. We have embossing stuff in there. That's kind of odds and sods really. There is my circle cutter, there's some spider on a roll, there's some paints and ribbons, and then the bottom drawer is still all ribbons. Something that has changed, I now have this on the wall. Now this cabinet came from Zelda's house. Zelda was my godmother. Some of you may remember I had to clear her house last year, and this used to live in Zelda's kitchen. It was her spice cabinet, and I just loved the cabinet. Will always remind me of Zelda, and I will show you what I use it for in a minute. But last year people made me things for my 40th and I wanted to keep those, so I have stuck a big fat 40 on there. That's something Laura made me. On the top is the card. The blue card on the left is from Anne Melvin. The pink card on the right is from Sam Calcott, and the one in the middle I made and just could never give away. I also have up there, if I move Anne's card really quickly, I have a card from Buckingham Palace. I sent the Queen a sympathy card and I really wasn't expecting a reply, if I'm honest, but I got one, so I put that up there. And those are just cards that are special to me, so that's why they are up there. So let me show you in my cabinet. And as you can see, it is literally full of my nouveau drops. This is my happy cupboard, honestly. It makes me so happy just to open this and see all that prettiness. It is pretty jammed. I don't know if you can see. They go all the way back. So there's not really much room for anything else. I have got at the moment my Dovecraft pearl drops and Dovecraft glitter glues in there, which if I'm honest, I don't use that much. I tend to use my Nouveaux more, and if I buy any Nouveau drops, I think those 3D pearl effects will be exiting, because this is definitely my Nouveau cupboard. So doesn't that look pretty? I love it. So that's in there. Coming down, I have my envelope punch board and my markers. I have some blending brushes. In this drawer here, there's just some tools stored. Then I've got some cards here, I don't think there's any spoilers here. I should have checked before filming, but yeah, these are some cards that I've made. There is my little Happy Mail tray that you'd have seen in a recent video, and underneath there it's just like a notebook set. This is my little folio. This is where I put cards that are waiting to be photographed or that are completed and haven't been put away yet. There's a couple in there. Then I have, again, this red thing. I won't touch it because it is literally balanced. That belonged to Zelda, and I thought, how good would that be to store paintbrushes and rulers and stuff? So I've literally hung it on a coat hanger, and yeah, it works, but you just can't really touch it because it falls off. Then down here, the white thing that everything is on is a spice rack that came from Zelda's house, and I have repurposed it as a craft storage holder. So I've got a load of jars there filled with embellishments and shaker stuff, just loads of different things there. That black pot Laura sent me, I love it. I've literally put all my small scissors in there. I've got pens in there, craft knives. My favourite scissors that she also sent me are in there. So that's that bit. Then we come down here. This was at my mum's house, and I just thought it was great for holding blending brushes in. So dog lead randomly. Down the bottom I've got paper clips, I've got post-it notes, I've got all sorts down there. Then there's some handmade embellishments that are going to go out in Happy Mail at some stage, but I've just got them ready. Again, handmade embellishments. That is what I use with my stamp platform. It's like my own Chucky thing. Then I have a big punch that hasn't been put away yet. This is the book Dawn made me. I love it. When I'm in magazines, I now cut it out and put it in here because I thought that was a great way to use that. My bow box. And there's just a load of stuff that I've made and not put away because, I mean, I'm just not that great at putting things away. And another little Happy Mail book there that needs to be sorted out. Over here, I mean, it's just out of control. That's my flower punch board. This is all journaling stuff or embellishments. I've got my glues. This was a gift set, a bath gift set that I was given years ago from someone special who's no longer with us, so I've repurposed it to hold scissors and tools. There's loads more glue over here. This is like my backup stock of glue. I have the bunting on the wall that Ashley made me for my birthday. Down here are just my scoreboards and cutting mats and things, as well as some Papercraft Society boxes that I can use for posting stuff out, and a trimmer. All the way down the bottom is my trimmer. In the box it's sitting on, that's just card blanks, and this is all cardstock. That is just a whole other video, let me tell you. Still have all my embellishment mousses in here. This one is still full of stamping stuff. This one has, I kind of cleared it out a bit and moved things around. So I've got acetate in here, I've got vellum in here, I've got some glitter card and stuff. I've got some watercolour card, quotes and stuff. So that is my toppers book. So that's not as full as it was last time you saw it, because I actually moved a load of stuff and reorganised, but I need to do it again. And then this is, it looks like a dumping drawer. It's not a dumping drawer. I have my Tim Holtz inks up there. I have all the stuff for my Perry page there. I've got a few spare journals in here. I've got some punches in here. My Papercraft Society inks are still in here, and my spare little sticker albums are there. So kind of looks like a dumping drawer, but there's no way to neatly organise these stuff for the Perry page. So I think that's everything out here. Let's go and have a look in the other room. So now we're in my bedroom. I did not choose the colour of the walls, it was like this when I met my husband. Anyway, I will just say I do need to have a massive reorganisation in here. It's a bit out of control, but on these top shelves that he kindly put up with me, I have embossing folders right there. That is full of embossing folders. It's just a little storage case thing. Then these are all stamps. They're from Creative Stamping Magazine mainly. There's a few others mixed in, but it's mainly Creative Stamping Magazine. Then the yellow folder is my stencils. The slim folder next to it is my swatch sheets. That's another thing of stamps. The blue folder is all my pocket letters. Then as you can see, it says postage. That has got everything for postage in, funnily enough. The next folder along is Christmas stamps. Then I've got a spare box, and then I've got my scraps box. So originally scraps were kept outside, but as I say, I reorganized, and because I craft mainly in here, I thought it made sense to have those in here, because I tend to reach my scraps before I grab fresh paper out, and that way I find it more manageable and I don't have so many building up. So it's working and I'm really pleased that I did it. So that's up there. The next shelf down is my, we'll call it my colour medium shelf. So get a bit closer. You can see there is a load of fine liners, there's gel pens, there's all sorts. I had those 2 pen pots are literally from the 80s when I was growing up, but they're still functional. I use them, they do the job, so if it works, use it. Then I have some Paper Craft Society pencils. There's watercolours and normal ones there, and in the pencil case is my old pencil colours that I was using before I discovered Black Widows. The little pot came from Zelda's, and I just thought it was a pretty colour, and I don't think there's anything in it right now, but I'm sure there will be. The box behind it I made on my Hendu. We did crafting on my Hendu, it was amazing. And I just keep small things in there that would get lost, like toothpicks. There's a couple of tiny rosettes in there. Then I have my 3 pencil cases full of Black Widows. Obviously they get used a lot. These pens here, they are brush pens from Amazon. I use them more for journaling now. I have used them for colouring with mixed results, but yeah, I probably wouldn't replace them when they run out. Then, oh my goodness, look at this. So we have acrylic paints here. We have Spectrum Noir packs of pens that I won. I think I've only used the watercolour ones. I haven't used the other ones. There's pencils up there. There's all sorts up here. Acrylic paints, I really need to find the time to use those. I think 1 pack of those acrylic paints is open and the other isn't. Really naughty of me. We have the watercolour pencils from the Works on the very bottom there, because I was so unimpressed. I don't think I've used them since I did the review video. So again, something I do need to pull out and try and work out if I'm keeping or not, because they weren't cheap, I'll be honest. And it seems silly to have something and not use it. We have a pencil case. I don't think there's anything in there. There's some post-its in there. Then watercolours, Delight, and my gelatos are on there as well. Lots of watercolours. There's a Nescafe jar, which is actually my watercolour jar. I fill that with water and use it as a water pot. Then we have some random pens, gel pens, and in this little thing here, this I got in the charity shop for £1. I was so happy. But this has, I move this out the way, move this out the way. This has all my sparklinks in, so it's great for storing those. So that's full of sparklinks. Now this is where it's starting to get a little bit out of control and messy. So the next shelf down is journaling stuff, stickers, stuff like that. So this box here is full of stickers. this is full of embellishments and stickers. That there is my die cut book. Then I have folders that have Papercraft Society stuff in, so stuff that came in the boxes and I stored separately so I could crush the boxes down. I have stickers up there. I have, oh my god, just loads and loads of stickers, honestly. The pink folder has A4 clear plastic wallets in it. That is full of dies. That little box on the top has my wax seal stamps in, and those two brown boxes are wooden embellishments that I've either painted and I'm waiting to use or are waiting to be painted. Then you can see my wax burner is sitting on some glitter pens. And then there's three boxes at the back which have embellishments in. Then we come down here and the big boxes have glitters and wooden embellishments in. I'm not going to pull them out and open them all, but yeah, full of glitters, wooden embellishments, bunting, twine. I mean, you can kind of see there's some stamps in there, all sorts of stuff. Then we come down here. I have a Big Shot Plus hiding under a pot of nesting dies. So in here, this is literally just nesting dies. There's nothing else in here but nesting dies. And I just find that works the easiest for me. Nesting dies are probably the thing I go to the most. So to have them just grabbable works really well. Then I have this huge thing of stamps. I really need to go through and destash some of these. I don't use half of them. In fact, I don't use 3/4 of them. So it's annoying me and I really need to do something about them. Whether I do a destash, whether I donate them, I'm not really sure. I might send some out in Happy Mail, but it seems stupid to have something and not be using it. So yeah, I need to put that on my list of things to do. And then there's another sticker album here. This is just full of enamel dots and things. So yeah, that's that bit. Okay, this here is one of my most used items. So again, this came from Zelda's and this has the best story behind it, but I'm going to do a separate video on it because it also contains pretty much all of my paper pads. I mean, you only have to look at the number of drawers to know how big a problem I have. So that will be a whole other video. So on here I have, first of all, a picture of Zelda. Wasn't she beautiful? Then I have my Big Shot, my normal one. I use this every day, so that's why it's right here and not buried under a load of stuff. I do have my journal. This is actually last year's creative journaling. I mean, wow, crazy. But because it's got stuff that I'm still going to in the front, that's why it's here. I will find a place for it to live at some point. I have this year's journal here. Then I have my little treasure chest of stickers. You may have seen that in a recent video, as well as some journaling supplies that I reach for quite often. I have some things that I was sent in Happy Mail that I either want to journal with, or there's some bits that are waiting to go away there as well. At the back there is some Happy Mail for Laura, which I have already showed her. There's some stuff from Zelda, so she had all these cool tags that I've grabbed. There's some butterflies that were handmade there. I do keep my bulldog clips on here, but I have to hide them because Philippa loves to grab them and run off with them. So yeah, that's kind of the top. I'm not going to go through all the drawers individually, but you can see there's a lot. And it's all 12 by 12 papers, 6 by 6 papers, 10 by 10 papers, 8 by 8 papers. I mean, you get the general drift. I will do a separate video at some point showing you because, guys, I have a real problem. So let's move on. Then over here is like my photo corner, I suppose you could say. I have this huge photo tent that John bought me for my birthday a couple of years ago, and It is fantastic. I absolutely love it. It is just so big. I mean, look, there's the top of the tester drawers and it's pretty much halfway up. So I do use it, and the reason I have put it up and left it up is to make sure I use it, because before I left it folded down. So every time I wanted to use it, I'd have to undo it all, put it up, do my photos, put it down and store it, and it was just a faff. So it got to the point where I was storing things up till I had loads to photograph, and then it was taking me hours to photograph stuff, and I was just like, oh, I cannot be doing with this. So I reorganised, I made some room, and I've put it up and left it up. Probably still don't use it as often as I should. I still have a tendency to store things up and then do it all in one hit, but not to the point where it's taken me several hours to do photos, because that's not what it's about at the end of the day. So I have that. Then I have my ring light that's just on top. So when I'm doing normal videos, that's normally on somewhere. I have a couple of tripods, some packing stuff, that's just brown paper on a roll. I have my lettering set that I bought in America. I got it in Target. I've used it maybe 3 times and it's chucked over there because honestly I just cannot get the hang of this lettering thing. I'm going to have another go at some point, but yeah, it's just at the point where I've gone enough. There's some baskets and stuff there, tissue paper. Then I have a load of envelopes here. That's my button box. There's frames and stuff there. It's stuff that I use, it's stuff that I need access to, but it's not stuff I use every single day. Excuse the dirt on the door. I've had some work done recently. I really need to do some cleaning. Okay, let's move on to the next section. So over here it looks a bit of a mess, but I know where everything is, so it just has to be. This box is literally full of Easter stuff, stickers, stuff like that. This is all of my washi tape. This is how I store it. I mean, it's bursting at the seams, but it is all in there. I have to keep that one away from Philippa. There have been a couple of accidents with that where she has tipped them all over the floor. So, yeah, need to keep that away from her. This here is full of kits, either that I've won or been given, or there's some hunky-dory ones in there. And I've bought a few, so that is literally full of kits. That's my sewing box, does not get used very often. This has got, I think, some like teas and coffees that I can put in pocket letters. The green box, literally scrapbooking. My scrapbooks are in there. A load of the go-to scrapbooking supplies are in there. I mean, I'm getting anxiety about that scrapbook now. I really need to get it done and move on. It has broken where it's so full, and there's still a load of pages left, so I think I'm going to be able to use those pages for other things. So it's like not the end of the world, but my goodness, the child is nearly 3. I need to finish up the congratulation card pages of her birth in her scrapbook. So that's what's in the green box. These 2 boxes have wooden stamps in. I don't have a lot of wooden stamps, but I do keep them in here. And then this is all like writing paper and stuff. I'm waiting for a box that I can put that in. But yeah, I use writing paper when I do swaps and stuff, so I like to keep it accessible. Then I have these boxes here, which are full. So I've got my Happy Mail box there full of stuff that I send for Happy Mail. I do have a toiletries box there, just randomly. Tissue paper box. Literally, before I had Philippa, the spare bedroom was my craft room. There is not enough room in this house to be able to pack everything up out of a craft room and move it somewhere else. So a lot is in storage boxes. And my craft room is at Philippa's bedroom, which is fine. It just always looks messy even when it's not, so can't really help that at the moment. So as I've mentioned, I've had to be a little bit ingenious with storage because there's just not enough room in the house once I lost my craft room. So in my wardrobe I have a crate full of Crolando card. I do have some tapes in there. I also have these two boxes. So this is my adhesive box. This has quilling stuff in it. It has MDF shapes and things. It's like stuff that I use but I don't go to all the time, so it's okay for it to be in the wardrobe. This probably gets pulled out a couple of times a week. It's just got spare tapes and things in it, but it's in the bedroom because I use it all the time, but just in the wardrobe because it's not like every day I'm pulling it out kind of thing. And then I've set my little table up so you can see, but this is where I craft. So I'm like right next to a window, and yeah, it's just a really wobbly table, which is why we get so much shake. I've got my little mount over the top there, my tidy tray, which is supposed to keep me tidy while I'm crafting, and my mat on the top. And that is pretty much it. There's a few other boxes and stuff, but I'm not going to pull those out. And that's like my crafty area. As I said, I will come back at some point and do another video purely on my cardstock storage and show you the sheer extent of my paper crafting addiction, shall we say, and my addiction to paper pads, because I mean it's quite scary. I'm not gonna lie, the amount of cardstock and paper pads I have, it's just, yeah, that's a different video. So I really hope you've enjoyed my video today. I hope you've enjoyed seeing my somewhat messy, somewhat chaotic craft area, my craft space and how I store things. Let me know in comments what you think of my craft space. Is there a particular area you liked the best? Like, honestly, I think I love my nouveau cupboard the best. I mean, it just makes me happy to open that door and look at them all. They're just so pretty. Let me know if you'd be interested in seeing the cardstock and paper pad video. Are you addicted to craft pads like myself? Is that something you'd like to see? I'd love to know, and if people would like to see it, then I'll film it. Thank you so much for watching today. It really means the world that people stop by and watch my little videos. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I'd love it if you'd hit the subscribe button and help my channel grow. I will be back soon with more videos, so until next time, take care and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.